Let's bring it over the blue couches now. We're going to welcome in our first guest today. Dan Hesh is a deputy chief with the Kearsarge Fire Department, and he's here on behalf of the Mill Creek Senior Series. We talk about them almost every time they crop up, and this one, of course, is fire safety and prevention. Welcome, Dan. It's nice to have you today.
Thank you. It's nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
I love these senior series, and I think that you've got great topics, and of course, this one is really timely. We quite often say as we get into the holidays to be careful. Everybody's got all those extra lights and they're plugging them in, and fire safety and prevention seems to be a really big reminder that time of year.
Absolutely, and especially the month of October nationally being Fire Prevention Month. Obvious, it's a good choice to have this program for the senior citizens that reside in Mill Creek Township. Fire departments across the country, we go out and do our fire prevention programs for the kids in schools. We visit nursing homes. We do programs such as this. And it is a very timely topic. It's an important topic, as you mentioned, this time of year with burning more candles and more use of electrical cords to light our ornaments.
Putting the heaters on maybe.
Absolutely. So with this program, it'll be, I think, a great presentation and discussion, question and answer session for our senior citizens to talk to them about residential fire safety and, God forbid, what to do in case of a fire emergency in their home.
What are some of the special needs of our seniors when it comes to fire prevention?
Yes, some of the special needs are certainly as our bodies age naturally. You know, we tend to lose mobility issues. Our cognition can be disinhibited. We have sense of hearing loss and vision loss. So what we want to address with them is to tell them that there's a lot they can do in terms of preparation, to talk to their family members where they live, their neighbors, that there's a lot they can do to make their home fire safe. And I always talk about going down to each level of your home, look at every room in each level, and talk about things such as installing smoke detectors and putting fresh batteries.
And you brought one, but there's nothing more important than the smoke detector. And from our vantage point, we always hate when we have to report about a fire where there are no working smoke detectors in the home.
Correct. It's a real simple and powerful reminder that we encourage every home to have smoke detectors on every floor. And it's so important to even simply remember to put batteries in your detector.
Right.
As we tell when we go to the schools, one of our catchphrases is no battery, no sound.
No sound.
To test your detectors, put fresh batteries, have them outside your living areas. And it's a vital fire protection tool that we will address at this presentation for everybody.
You know, quite often when you go into the schools, you tell kids, have a plan, make up a plan with your family. Sometimes you'll hand out like little diagrams so you can sketch your house and sit down with your family. But that's so true with seniors as well. They should probably talk with their spouse or, you know, whomever, or their neighbors if they live alone. What's the plan if something, if that alarm goes off?
Absolutely. And again, we talk about that, that preparation as part of the planning. We want them to do a self-inspection of their home, not to have any doorways blocked, not to have any windows blocked, not to store any maybe combustible materials in the basement by a furnace. Things such as space heaters with the cold weather coming up, they need to be at least 3 feet away from anything that might ignite. And again, you know, to make sure to remember in an emergency, sometimes we forget. People have told me sometimes they forgot to call 911. Have that number handy, have your iPhone charged, and again, communication with your families and friends in case of a fire emergency.
It is a panic situation when that noise goes off. It's really, you can easily forget, what am I supposed to do? What am, you know, calling 911 would seem like the obvious, but yeah, I could see where you would panic a bit and kind of forget to make that a quick step.
Absolutely. And something that we'll talk about and we want to tell them is when a fire develops, at times it'll develop slowly like a smoldering fire until it finds oxygen. But in a lot of cases, when fire begins in our homes, we have just a certain amount of time, of course, to recognize that and to have an evacuation plan. And fire can grow very fast, very rapidly, and it's...
We're running out of time here, but I wanted to say that this session is Wednesday, coming up next week from 10 a.m. to noon. It's held at the Mill Creek Township Municipal Building. It is part of the senior series, and it is for seniors, but really anybody can attend, right?
Correct. Yeah, we welcome anybody. They'll have an opportunity to meet the men and women from the Mill Creek Township Fire Department. We'll answer their questions. I'll have a lot of brochures about fire safety also to talk to them. So we encourage everybody, if they haven't signed up, they can call the Township Building and register again for next Wednesday beginning at 10 o'clock. And we're looking forward to being there.
Yeah, that's going to be a great one. Dan, thanks for joining us today on the Blue Couches. This is your first time, right?
It is. I appreciate being here. Glad I made it.
You're going to be so excited to take one of our buttons with you today.
I'm taking my butt home. Thank you, Amanda.